Right, so I'm Mark Ferguson at Morfire PR, and I'm delighted to be joined by Beth O'Neill, our intrepid helper and supporter on all things communications. Now, Beth, you've been out and about and you've written a blog piece for us on apprenticeships. And I understand as part of that, you've been talking to one of your buddies about their experience. Tell me a little bit about what you've been uncovering and finding out about this area.
Yeah, sure. So I spoke to one of my friends who is now a full-time accountant, and she started as an apprentice back in 2016. So we were kind of speaking about how you get into an apprenticeship and how do you know if it's the right thing for you. So my friend Lauren, she has completed level 3 and 4 of her AAT qualification, and the way she went about it was um, she went and looked on the government website, and that's how she found her apprenticeship. And it's been really great for her. She kind of knew that she didn't want to do the traditional route of going into university, because obviously you can become an accountant through going to university, but she found that actually going into an apprenticeship and being able to gain kind of real life experience and on the job training whilst also earning was going to be what was right for her. And she's actually ended up further along in her career now, and where she is now is kind of further along than if she had gone to university. So it's worked out really well for her.
I mean, it's an interesting area, isn't it? Because we're all encouraged by the system, it seems, that higher education is the route to go. And you take out your loan, you choose your degree, and you spend 3, in some cases 4 years working your way through the education system. But it's not quite right for everybody, is it? And it sounds as though your friend in this case, it was a better route for her. She got in with the firm, she got the work experience as well as the education, and she's earning some money as she goes along as well.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
So, I mean, going back to your own degree experience, because obviously you did tremendously well at university. I've seen your CV and how fantastic it is. But is it something in hindsight that you might have considered, or are you happier that you took the degree approach that you did?
Um, I think when I was like kind of researching apprenticeships and I was looking at all the cons, the pros of doing them, I was kind of thinking, why did I never consider this? You've got no debt, you're earning whilst you're learning, you're getting that hands-on experience. Because what I found since leaving university is that employers want experience. They seem to value that above and beyond anything. However, I think the reason why university was right for me was because I didn't specifically know what I wanted to do at the time. When I'd got my A levels, I knew roughly what my skills were and what I wanted to do and what I enjoyed. But I didn't know exactly what my career was going to be. And I think with something like an apprenticeship, you're doing experience that's very specific and very targeted, and your qualifications, are therefore going to be very specific as well.
Thank you for looking into all the material that you have on this. We're going to get the piece that you've written up on the Morfire PR website so that people can have a look at that and learn from it. We hope, particularly from a young person's perspective, about the pros of taking up an apprenticeship and going on to bigger and greater things from there, and not necessarily having to go through the traditional higher education system. So thanks very much for that. Absolute pleasure talking to you through lockdown virtually, as always. And hopefully we'll come out the other side of this in the very near future.